And welcome to our show. Happy Tuesday, everybody. The time now is 8:02. September 14th is our time. We are packed as usual again today. The fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio coming at you today. 100.7 The Viper on FM, 100.7 The Viper on Facebook. Share the show as always. Join the conversation there. It is by far the most interactive show you're going to find anywhere. You can also give us a call. Your questions are welcome. Your comments all are welcome. The phone number 636-695-2915, 636-695-2915. The best part about this, Tabitha and I have been telling everybody, all you need is us two.
That's right.
I mean, Eric,
now's our chance.
We just laugh at Eric anyway. He's kind of like the clown of the show, right?
Yes. And he's never here on time. We don't need him.
And then Chris, hey, Chris is the owner of the show. He's the owner of the station. My point being, Tabitha Hassell wears many hats. Tabitha just put us on. She got us up and running.
Well, with Chris's direction.
With Chris's direction.
100%.
Chris will be here in just a little bit. We are jam-packed today. Hope everybody's doing well. It's going to be another warm day throughout the St. Louis area. I know we have people listening all across the world and across the country, but in the St. Louis area, the Missouri area, the weather is warm. It is nice. And for those who like the warm weather, you would think that it's nice. Fall's not here yet, but it'll be here in a couple weeks.
Darn it.
All right. Yeah, I know. That's what season don't you like again?
I don't like fall or winter.
That's right. That's what was.
I like spring and summer.
The fact that you don't like fall
because
is
everything
beyond
is. It's because everything's dying. How could you? You are morbid. You like the season in which everything is dying.
Coming from the chick who normally wears black, but
I have to wear black. For
I know,
work.
but you're not wearing black today. All right, coming up on the show, we got so many topics as we normally do. Lots going on. Coming up at 8:30, we're going to talk with Joe Brazel, St. Charles County Council, to find out exactly what went down last night when it comes to the situation of schools being allowed to decide whether the kids are quarantined if somebody gets COVID and not the county health department. That was a major topic last night. We'll tell you what happened. Joe Brazel will join us to give us his take, to find out what happened, where we go from now, and if something happened, and if not, if there's a possibility of that continuing. Coming up at 9 o'clock, we're going to talk with the proprietor of Cedar Lake Cellars. Carl Baum is going to join us. There is a huge event this Saturday. It is big. I've never been, but I've heard lots of people tell me how great Pyromania is out at Cedar Lake Cellars. It's a family-friendly event all day long, capped off by a 2-hour, I said a 2-hour fireworks show from 7:30 to 9:30. We'll tell you how you can get tickets. Of course, they're going fast already. You won't want to miss that interview. Okay. I think Rick Pogue's going to stop by today with a friend as well in the 9 o'clock hour.
Exciting.
We may hear from the one and only Trenton Garvey. If you remember Trent.
I can't wait.
Trent called us last week. I was able to get him in after he made the final 3 of Hell's Kitchen Young Guns. And he was a terrific guest. We talked to him last week.
And we knew he won, didn't we? He didn't tell us.
He didn't tell us.
But we knew.
We could kind of tell.
I think
the kid
we
was
knew.
confident. I say kid because I think he's only 23.
He
may
young.
be the best chef in the world in the next 5-10 years. The guy's amazing.
Right.
Absolutely amazing.
And I'm so glad they took him out of Maplewood. They're going to take him to Las Vegas.
Last night, he not only won Hell's Kitchen Young Guns, the kid flat out dominated. Nothing was close. He won every challenge. I mean, the competition wasn't even. The kid is seasoned, no pun intended, like you would never imagine a 23, 24-year-old kid to be. He's been the executive chef at the Blue Duck in Maplewood. And now, after winning this, he won $250,000.
Amazing.
Not too shabby. He's also going to be the head chef for Gordon Ramsay's Steak 2.0 Vegas location. I mean, this guy, he was living in Union, Missouri.
That's amazing, isn't it?
He grew up in Arkansas and Union, Missouri. He's headed to Vegas.
And he was so nice. Such a nice, talented.
Yeah, he's humble. There's
such
nothing
a nice guy.
like being humble. That is for sure.
I'm glad when we see somebody like him rise up in the ranks and win a competition like this and take that kind of a job. It's amazing to me. It really is.
So he won, and then as soon as the competition ended, if anybody wasn't watching on Fox 2 last night, the kid flat out dropped to a knee and asked his girlfriend to marry him.
Well, he better because
I
he's
know
moving
you
to
don't
Vegas.
own a TV, Tabitha, but Do you have electricity?
I own several TVs, but
you
they're
don't.
all turned on.
No. Do you have electricity?
Nothing. I do have.
Okay.
I do
All
have
right.
electricity.
I didn't know.
I have one of those little Flintstone
You know,
wheels.
for people who don't know, you're
I'm
you
not a
kind of live
TV
like
watcher.
a militia woman. So
I am not a militia.
so he dropped to his knee, asked his girlfriend to marry him. Of course, she said yes.
Well, yeah, she wants that
She'd
$250,000.
be stupid not to because he's going to be an amazing, amazing chef. Already is. And everything was happy, happy, joy, joy. I did message Trenton again to see if he could join us on the show this morning. He's probably sleeping. He probably had a big night.
I'm sure he did.
If we don't talk to Trenton today, we'll be talking to him soon. I can promise you that. But it was outstanding to watch Trenton, St. Louis metro area's own Trenton Garvey, not only win, but dominate Hell's Kitchen Young Gun. And he was just fantastic to watch. So we'll see if he joins the show as well. We also take your phone calls as well when we don't have the guests. The phone number again, 636-695-2915, 636-695-2915. And coming up after our first break around 8:20, I'm going to tell you, if you're a veteran, the company's really looking for a veteran, one or two full-time jobs. They're also hiring part-time. OxygenDesigns.com, looking to hire veterans to help with all sorts of landscape design.
Excellent.
Terrific company. Looking. They've got so much work and top-notch work. They need some people, but not just the whole goal is to take care of some veterans.
Now, do you know these people or someone
do.
from this company?
No, I do know them. And that is an awesome reason why I know. Because if you see what they do and you know the work that they do, then you can see and feel a little bit more comfortable.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear
about
that.
what you're doing.
Right. Because I hear so many people come and say, well, this company's offering a job and they're paying $26 an hour. And then people call me back and they'll say, oh, well, I went and applied for the job, but when I got there, they said it was $17 an hour, like a
wasn't
bait
true.
and switch.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
know
glad
that.
you know these
Yeah,
people.
so I wouldn't say anything. So coming up at 8:20, we'll tell people more about that.
Great.
All right. In regards, the Cardinals, they won again last night. Holy crap, they're a half game out of first place. Here we go. They've sucked us all back in. We'll get to that. Oh, yeah, by the way, there's a recall election in California today. Dun, dun, dun.
I think
Here we
you
go,
might
here we
lose
go,
that bet
here we
with
go
Eric.
again. That's interesting because I've had two people message me and say there's no doubt you're going to dominate this bet now. You're going to win it. And it doesn't matter if you win by a lot or if you win by little. It only matters if you win or lose. I don't know why you say that because
I don't know because I think they look nervous. They look nervous.
Did you do any study on this last night? I don't think you did.
No, not really. But I mean, I've heard a lot of the business owners speak out.
Breaking down the stats. I don't care if I win or lose.
Oh, I know. It's not about the bet. I would think that you would rather Elder win California than win your bet because that's what's best for California. It's what's best for the country. But the way I think about things, and that doesn't mean I'm right or that this is going to happen, but even Democrat business owners, they've really lost a lot of money. Some of them lost their businesses because of Newsom's ridiculous, tyrannical rules. And I would think a lot of those people want him out of office. I could see somebody switching parties because when it comes down to your money and your home and your family, you're not going to be loyal to your party. You're going to go where the money is.
No doubt. Hey, real quick, because Chris isn't here right now. I just want to make sure. Do you know how to get us to break?
We will not be taking a break until Chris is here.
Okay. Just
technically, I know how, but I'm not going to venture into that until. But it's only 8:11.
Because I was talking with Joe Brazel to make sure that we had him on the right time. All right. Eric Johnson will be here a little bit later in the show, about 8:20, 8:30. You know his rocker time he's got. Chris Knight will be here shortly, too. He's taking care of one of the many businesses that he has. Tabitha Hassell's here. I'm Vic Faust with Fox 2. Okay, all of these headlines are things that we're going to be talking about today, but that's still not it. Even with the recall election that's going on, and by the way, that's a $1,000 bet that Eric and I have. Eric Johnson bet me $1,000. I don't know, what was it, about 7 months ago, 8 months ago?
It's been a while. And somebody in the comment line just
I
mentioned...
don't know why I accepted it, but I did. But I didn't think there was any way in hell anybody in California
I don't know.
that was not running against Arnold Schwarzenegger would ever be allowed to win a recall election in that state, especially when it is about 3-1 Democrats to Republicans.
It all
So
comes-
that's why
but I think
I
it comes-
took Newsom.
It comes down to the cheating. Like somebody on the comment line said, they're already cheating. There's already signs of cheating.
Well, if you believe in cheating, that's another thing that I said.
I
I'm
mean,
not
so
calling
yeah,
it cheating.
that's-
I'm just saying I didn't think there was any way in hell Gavin
Will
Newsom,
we
who
even
is
know?
tied in nationally to every big group that you can possibly imagine, would be allowed to lose his spot and not finish out his term in California, especially when you don't have an Arnold Schwarzenegger running against you, because that's the only other time it happened. Arnold Schwarzenegger
I know,
won
but
in a situation, but he had the big name appeal of being an actor in Hollywood.
True. But I think if they
which
take
made
out
all the sense
if
in
they
the
don't
world.
cheat, they take out the cheating. I really think that Newsom would be recalled and Elder
But it
would
does.
win.
Oh no. That's come on,
I
now,
know,
Tabitha.
I
You're
know.
just throwing out a lot.
Well, I'm not throwing it out because
Tabitha,
it's
you're throwing out a lot.
happening.
Unless you can prove it, it did not happen.
Well, there is proof. I mean, we had a group of Republicans who went to the poll and they said, "Oh, you've already voted," and they're like, "No, we haven't. They've not voted yet." They told them they voted. We had a meth addict with 300 ballots in his car. They are definitely cheating.
So that's a big story today. Also, we're getting news from St. Louis County Council. It appears as if Western Anesthesiology, the company of which Sam Page, St. Louis County executive, is a part of, is using PPO money to fight and sue St. Louis County Council, who we know is doing what they can because they want to see the actual amount of time that Sam Page is spending at his side job and not working as county executive. And as you know, as we've reported on the show several times, the county charter clearly states that you're not allowed to have a second job if you're going to have this county executive
Absolutely.
job. Well, the company that Sam Page works for is now suing to stop any information
Gee, he's not guilty.
of Sam Page's hours worked and the amount of time that he is
And I think-
spending.
Yeah, that's it's disappointing.
You can't make this stuff up.
It's disappointing, and that's like admitting guilt.
Well, not necessarily.
Well, why
Here-
wouldn't if he hasn't
because-
worked that much? Why
because-
wouldn't they just submit the hours?
In the midst of discovery, other things come out as well that a company may not want to be in the public besides the hours that Sam Page is working.
That's insane. Why don't they just why don't they just force him to step down? Say, we know you're working. They won't turn over the hours. Now we're spending more taxpayer money to fight another lawsuit, to go back and forth.
Well, you
All
just hope
these
that the
attorney
bull-
fees.
You just hope that the bull crap doesn't continue, because just think what St. Louis County has dealt with. I mean, this is the business cog in the wheel of the state. There's no doubt that St. Louis County should be doing better. We should be dominating from an economic standpoint even more than what we are. We had Steve Stanger's situation, which was not great. Steve Stanger leaves. He becomes incarcerated behind bars. And by the way, Steve Stanger, I heard, has been released.
Yes.
And then what do we follow up with? The current situation with St. Louis County Executive Sam Page, whether you like or agree with the job that's been done or not, there's certainly a lot of question marks. That's fair to say. And especially when it comes to, quote, lawsuits now being thrown out there.
Exactly.
If you're Sam Page, and I see your point, you'd want it to end. You don't want to have to be. There's so many hurdles, red flags, smoke screens that the county executive is having to deal with when he's not able to do the job that he was elected to do.
Millions of dollars of taxpayer money has gone out to fight these lawsuits, to sue people, to ask for documents. I mean, think of all the money that went out in attorney fees. I mean, that's money that we obviously have a purpose for that can be used in St. Louis County for many other things other than fighting for Sam Page. The guy, he's just like a cancer in the council.
As you can see, tons of topics. And then another big thing that I did want to let everybody know about. When it comes to COVID numbers in the St. Louis metropolitan area, and you may not be seeing it right now made a big deal about, but here it is. We are now on a major trend in the right direction for the first time since the beginning of the summer. I repeat, the COVID numbers in the St. Louis metropolitan area are dropping like a rock, and they're dropping in every single category. However, of the current COVID cases, we are now at a spot where is at least 20 or over 20% of all the cases, hospitalizations, guess what? Vaccinated. It is now over 20%. Even in the time that all the numbers are dropping, those who are hospitalized, it is now over 20%.
And that was bound to happen.
Well, we talked about it on the
And
show.
that number is
and we
going to
figured it
continue
would
to
be the
rise.
case.
But what I want to know, and I know they don't report these statistics, how many people that are hospitalized have had COVID in the past and
We
have
don't know.
natural antibodies?
We have no
They
idea.
need to report those
And
numbers.
they're not going to.
And they're not going
I already
to.
told you. I asked.
I know.
And they don't keep that track.
Which is insane. That should be at the top of their list.
Well, I
They're
agree.
actually going against science by not keeping those numbers, because science says that herd immunity is reached between a combination of vaccinated immunity and natural immunity.
Well, the 7-day average of hospitalizations dropped to 499 yesterday, which is fantastic. Headed definitely in the right direction, which is exactly what we were looking for. Now, those in ICU it's down to 110 now. It was up a whole lot higher than that, which is fantastic. The deaths, though, from over the weekend, it was averaging about 8 per day still. And we're told that it's all COVID. Once again, not talking about possible pneumonia, not talking about possible flu. Just it's called COVID. The other great thing in the situation is the kids. We've talked about the kid stats so much. There were 9 COVID-positive children in the hospital between the ages of 0 and 11. And then there were also 9 positive children between the ages of 12 and 18. So that's 18 total. That's it. And guess what? We had 5 left in the ICU. About a week and a half ago, it was 27. So it shows you things trending definitely in the right direction, and that's exactly what we want to hear. So when we talk about the COVID numbers heading into the fall, that's where we sit today. Okay. And then when we get into the final topic that we have, unless something else comes up today, did you know when it comes to this whole vaccination mandate that President Biden put in, regardless of how you feel when it comes to the situation of being vaxxed or not vaxxed and where you are in life and how you feel about it, did you guys realize? Oh, we got to talk about Eric Schmidt, too. Eric Schmidt's ready to file a lawsuit, but Eric Schmidt says he can't file a lawsuit until the actual paperwork is put through. Joe Biden, our president, hasn't even put that through yet.
What paperwork?
The paperwork for a official mandate, the executive order. He has not. He's not. That
is
is
that
not,
right?
Yeah. So until that actually occurs,
How about that?
lawsuits can't be filed. He has not filed the paperwork for an executive order yet.
So he's all smoke and mirrors.
Well,
There's nothing there.
Until there's
Empty
paperwork.
suit.
Well, we'll see. But here's the other thing, and I hate how this has just kind of gone under the radar screen. Did people realize that members of Congress are not being put in a mandate situation to be vaccinated if they have not been vaccinated? I repeat, President Biden's mandate did not include members of Congress.
No, he's got so many exemptions now. It's
Well,
unbelievable.
here is what Reuters did a story on this. I was reading this yesterday. He doesn't have the authority to do this with members of Congress because of different branches of government. But guess who does have the authority?
Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer.
Yeah.
And have they issued a vaccine mandate for members of Congress? No.
No, but they do the mask thing.
However, yeah, but guess what? You've got the President of the United States putting in a mandate for vaccines
Yeah.
for businesses
No.
who have 100
Well,
and more employees.
starts with
and then you've got Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer not putting one in place for members of Congress.
So it started with the federal employees. So President Biden comes out and goes, "We are going to mandate every federal employee has a shot." And then they ask Jen Psaki, "So if you don't have your shot and you're a federal employee, that means you're getting fired, correct?" And she goes, "Yes, ultimately, that's exactly what it means." Now, like Vic says, if you're Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, you're basically a lapdog for the Biden administration. The first thing you do is like, if you guys don't have a shot in your arm, don't bother coming to work. You can do it virtually in your living room. That is not the case. These people are coming into work. So, and then it goes to the agencies that they control, which the federal government controls. Dun, dun, dun. OSHA, which is the agency that makes sure every workplace is safe. And I guess OSHA is going to walk right into these businesses that have 101 employees and say, guess what? If you don't have the shot in every single one of your employees, you're fined. Oh, don't worry about the company that has 99 employees.
Yeah.
They're fine. They're fine.
It makes the whole situation, and this has nothing to do with whether you feel or don't feel a vaccine is good. This has to deal with all of the games around it. None of it makes sense. It doesn't connect. It's not fair. It's not right. It's not just. I'm still wondering.
Yeah.
If and how and when this will be enforced by OSHA.
It won't.
Or anybody else, because I, honest to God, don't think it will be.
It won't be.
I think it was a big smokescreen. It was attention grabbing while Afghanistan was going on, regardless of how people feel.
Sure.
If we're going to make a mandate, let's do it right and do it from the top, dot the I's, cross the T's so that there's no doubt.
And this goes to what I said
But once
earlier.
again, it's exactly like COVID has been from the get-go. There's a lot of gray area.
What you're watching is a masterclass in the Democrats' ability to manipulate everything. I don't know how they do it, and I am more disgusted, actually, about the Republicans. I don't know how you can look at yourself in the damn mirror, Republicans. How in the world do you not fight fire with fire? You think you're going to bring a little eyedropper of water and beat the Democrats at their game? It's not going to happen. You need to get up and start getting as loud as these guys.
What are you talking about? With what? With what instance?
I'm talking about the Democrats are using every catastrophe and they are spinning it on their head and making it a good thing.
Well, we can talk more about that. We got to take a quick break. Chris
I can't wait.
Eric Johnson's here before our first break today. How about that? Hey, Chris Knight, Tabitha Hassell. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. We'll take your phone calls when we're not on air. The phone number 636-695-2915, 636-695-2915. 2915. You can catch us on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Join the messaging, the chats there. It's the most interactive you're going to find anywhere. And, of course, share the show, 100.7 The Viper. You can catch us and take us on the go at viperrocks.com. We're on YouTube at The Morning Edge as well. My, oh, my. So much to get to. When we come back, a topic we've been talking about, should schools have the power to be able to decide if kids are quarantining or not instead of the county health departments? There was a meeting last night in St. Charles County. It was a fiery one. People on both sides of the masking issue when it comes to quarantining and kids with masks in schools. Did we get an answer? We'll talk with St. Charles County Councilman Joe Brazel to find out what exactly happened. Plus, coming up at 9 o'clock, we'll talk things over with Carl Baum, the proprietor of Cedar Lake Cellars. They got a huge event coming up this Saturday. Oh, and guess what? Those tickets are pretty damn expensive. We've got free tickets to give away as well. We're just getting started on the fastest 2 hours of Morning Talk Radio. We'll be right back with more right after this. The time is 8:24 on this Tuesday, September 14th.
Edge Morning Traffic.
Good morning, it's Molly Rose joining you for an update on the morning rush, and it's a busy one. Delays for drivers trying to get into St. Charles County using the Blanchette Bridge. A broken down truck has 2 lanes closed in the westbound direction of I-70, and there are delays back to 141. South of I-70 on Highway 94, drivers have a tap of the brakes connecting with 364. 64 eastbound is moving from Lake St. Louis all the way to Chesterfield, then slows eastbound for about 2 miles. 270 southbound is slow through West County from Maryland Heights down to Town and Country. 270 northbound drivers hitting the brakes from 44 up through De Pere. North County drivers are at a crawl headed northbound through the Hazelwood area due to debris near Lindbergh. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose, and that's your Edge traffic.
I love these guys. They make funny with their mouths.
The Edge Morning Show.
Need flooring?
Get your flooring installed correctly
At Flooring Correct in Wentzville for carpet, laminate, vinyl, wood plank, and more. FlooringCorrect.com.
People's Bank and Trust is helping you get a grip on your finances with our new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills all from the palm of your hand. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net for more information and to start using mobile banking. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Let's start with everyone out there looking to catch up on some much-needed summer fun. Narrow it to all those summer fun seekers who got caught without sunscreen. Oh, for you, Walgreens now offers delivery in as little as 1 hour. From sunscreen to bug spray to snacks and toys, Walgreens makes it easy to get the essentials you need quickly. so you can keep your summer going.
Right now, buy 2, get 1 free on all 12-pack soft drinks. Of equal or lesser price, valid through 8/21. Restrictions apply. See Walgreens.com for details.
Weber Chevrolet has been in business since 1902. No other car dealer in St. Louis of any brand can say that. Nobody sells more Chevrolet, period. Weber Chevrolet is one dealer with 3 roofs. In Missouri at Olive and 270, and in Illinois Metro East, Columbia, and Granite City. All easy to get to, just follow the 270 loop. Also, all online accessible at WeberChevrolet.com. Right now, Weber Chevrolet is open but very thorough in their cleaning, disinfecting, and social distancing rules. And don't forget, Weber Chevrolet service departments are award-winning and second to none. In fact, other dealers send their problems to Weber Chevy to fix. Now during this crisis, Weber Chevrolet has teamed up with Detroit to come up with awesome deals to help people save money and manage their budget. Discounts, incentives, and the ability to not make your payment for up to 4 months. Weber Chevrolet since 1902, WeberChevrolet.com.
For 70 years and counting, NHRA Championship Drag Racing is the fastest, most explosive sport on earth. The NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series is headed to St. Louis at full speed. Join us for the NHRA Midwest Nationals, September 24th through 26th at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Feel the power. Get tickets at WWTRaceway.com. Brought to you in part by the Office of Illinois Tourism and Illinois South Tourism.
Do you want to work for the biggest medical cannabis company in the state of Missouri? B-Leaf Medical is looking for dynamic individuals to join our newest facility in Jonesburg. We are currently hiring for cultivation techs and offer 100% company-paid benefits that include medical, dental, and vision, as well as a starting pay rate of $15 per hour. If you're ready to join a great company that offers great pay and great benefits, visit our website at beleafmedical.com. BELEAF medical.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com. Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, and Tabitha Hassell. I'm Big Faust of Fox 2. Appreciate you joining us again this morning on this Tuesday, September 14th. One of the big topics that we've been talking about over the last couple weeks or so started over in St. Charles County. It could roll over into St. Louis County, talking about quarantining and who has the opportunity to make that decision. Right now, it is the county health departments who are telling or, quote, advising / recommending certain things be done with quarantining. But should schools have the opportunity? The topic was brought up last night at St. Charles County Council's meeting. And Joe Brazel, council member in St. Charles, joins us now. Joe, good morning. Thanks for joining us again. What happened and where are we going with this?
Good morning, guys. Well, here, real quick, I mean, we put this resolution on the floor because it's a last resort, because we feel the county executive by our county charter has sole ownership and responsibility of the health department. And they're doing these draconian rules with this contact tracing, these quarantines. We sent a resolution in May saying that the county government, St. Charles County, will have nothing to do with the schools' quarantines and contact tracing and mask wearing. But yet we find out that the health department is constantly on these schools. Now, let me give you an example. So far this year, 29,000. I sent this to Vic. We did a Freedom of Information Act. 29,000 kids were quarantined. Guess what the percentage of them that were tested positive? 29,000.
Oh yeah,
1.2%.
Yeah.
So here's the problem, guys. They're over at St. Charles County last year. Over 300,000 school days were lost to school days of children last year. Winchell was 84,000 days of school kids quarantined. What they're doing is they send a close contact. What the hell is that? Well, who defines that? And then when they send you a letter, do you know these parents are receiving letters that can be 5 to 7 days after the close contact, if that even exists, after the close contact, and then they have to quarantine for 7 days. And if they test negative, they're still quarantined. Does that make any sense to anybody?
No. But this is what they were doing in the beginning of the whole COVID thing. They were sending out these letters and making it official. You're quarantined or you'll get arrested. I remember those. My whole thing is about last night.
So what happened with last night? Where do we sit with it?
Yeah, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, that was the question I asked.
So for a couple of things, if you read the resolution, there was a second whereas. It said that the school council believes the individual school boards and administrators are better situated for the health department to make decisions on their own kids. We struck that because we're just leaving that out because we're not going to say they're better equipped because they're not. But the fact is we don't want to create confusion. The resolution is what we're trying to do is tell our county executive, back off, get your health department, who is completely overzealous, out of there. Now, let me ask you guys this. If you're going to really do this, why aren't you doing this to everybody? I mean, if we were to do this just to, let's say all white people are going to be contact traced and quarantined, or all black people, or whatever you want to pick. But no, in this case, all children are going to be contact traced and quarantined. Now, isn't that what you call like racism or discrimination when you're picking on one group when you're not equally distributing that to everyone?
It's coercion, Joe, because you know what's going to happen next? You know, the vaccines for children 5 and older are going to be approved in October. And what they're doing is they are starting the campaign now out of fear, saying that, you know what, we're going to force you into these quarantines. We're going to do this, this, and this to you. So that way in October, you will want to go out and get your children vaccinated.
Oh, it's so disgusting. And they're not even talking about all the deaths, the 45,000 plus deaths on the lawsuit with these vaccines. They're not talking about all this other stuff. You know, it's really horrible. Like let me give you an example of how corrupt the media is. If you read the Post-Dispatch today, it talked about how Councilman Brazel calls all school districts Marxist for wearing masks. I didn't say that. That's the same picture that we were on the courthouse two weeks ago, and that's the same quote they said 2 weeks ago, which was inaccurate. They just spread nonsense, and then they said, "Oh, the quarantines, you got 298 people with test positive." That's not true. I mean, the Post Disgrace is a disgusting rag, and then I get phone calls. Why are you calling schools Marxist? I didn't say that. That's not what I said. You know, and so this whole thing, guys. I mean, it's like. People have to realize, and I told these teachers, they had the NAA people in there last night, and they're all masked up with their face goggles and all their stuff on. And I said, you know, I'm going to pray for you people because you're so misinformed that it's sad. It's truly sad. It's hard not to insult them, but you don't want to insult them because you almost feel sorry for people that you don't want to call them stupid or you don't call them ignorant. You're just going to say, God bless you. You're so misinformed.
Yes.
You live on fear, and that's what they want.
So
let me ask
Joe, so this is going to stay with the county health department then, right? The county health department's going to decide for the foreseeable future what.
No, here's what happens. So Elman keeps volleying it back to the state, and Onder was there last night. He did a great job.
State Senator Bob Onder, Dr. Bob Onder.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I was just reminding people who Onder was. State Senator Dr. Bob Onder from St. Charles County.
Yeah, but here's the other argument is our county health department's out of control. There's House Bill 271. After 30 days of these draconian rules or any mandates or quarantines or regulations, it has to go to the county council. And that's one reason I put this resolution forward. I feel he's not following state law, House Bill 271, because it has to go to a vote of the county council because the mandates are regulations. They are mandates. When you're quarantining children, it has to go to the vote of the body of the county council. He's ignoring that. And Bob Onder made a great point saying, Steve, you are just not following the law here.
Yes.
And then he goes on to say, well, if we don't do this, then we're going to get sued. Sued by who? The Attorney General is suing schools for doing mask mandates. Who the hell? What COVID police exist out there? I mean, you got to be strong in today's world. You can't be a weak leader and listen to all this nonsense. You got to stand up for your residents and your kids.
Yeah, I'll tell you
know?
this, because Steve went to bat for businesses around here. He did. He said there's no mandates. Businesses can stay open. He has to do the same for these schools right now. He has to do it.
Steve Ellman, St. Charles County executive.
Steve Ellman has to get in there and say, okay, you know what? I slapped myself around. This is ridiculous. This health department, they work for me. These are a bureaucratical arm of what I do. I'm putting an end to this today. It's over. This quarantining thing is ridiculous. He's got a great track record here in St. Charles. Everyone is suing everyone right now. Who the hell cares about these lawsuits right now? Steve, come on, buddy. Get up, write a mandate yourself and say, we're done with this thing. Every kid's back in school. And you're right. It was fiery last night. The people
it was fiery on both sides.
Here's the thing, guys. If there's two ways of looking at it. From our county council, our rules, we feel he's not following the rules. He's disregarding the council's wishes on our first resolution. He's not following House Bill 271. So that's one fight there. That's what this resolution. But if you were a strong leader, as a county executive should be, he should say, we're not doing any of this.
Yes.
I'm not going to follow it. Perry County did it. Jefferson County's doing it. We're not following this nonsense. And you could sit there and say, oh, the Delta variant, all this other stuff. Okay, fine, but it's still less than the flu, so it's still less than the influenza or the ammonia. And so people have to understand that we can't live in fear. Our kids are losing education. Their their points on their scores are dropping. I mean, this is serious. What are we dumbing everyone down? Is that
That's
on
exactly what
purpose?
we're
I mean,
doing.
what the hell?
Because it's all about money. Those vaccines come out in October. It's all about money. They will not miss any opportunity to get every child vaccinated, and that's going to be the next step. They're going to say, okay, we'll stop these quarantines and we'll stop the wet mask wearing if you just go and get your kid vaccinated.
That's correct. Did you guys see the New York Post article yesterday? It came out, and I've talked about that to me last night. It says that we're almost at herd immunity. We're almost at 80% because what they're not doing is they're not counting the people who had COVID.
Exactly.
So if you got 53% of the people already vaccinated, and they're not counting the people who had the COVID. The COVID gives you better immunity to this thing than the damn vaccine.
And that's the science.
So
but Joe, the goal is being changed though now by health professionals who say they're not accepting or they're not saying that there's any validity, even though there appears to be. But Eric, I'm telling you what health officials are saying publicly, saying that the new variants affect you differently, and there's no such thing as immunity from having COVID anymore.
And they don't know that.
Well, then what's a vaccine going to do? I mean, it's
bingo. It brings us into our. That's why you have to continue to get new vaccines.
It's not true because here's the
and
deal.
You continue to, and eventually, the testing, and for some people, it's not free, and the vaccines aren't going to be free forever.
So why is Steve kowtowing to the? It sounds like the school board / this health department. What happened? Did they come after him? I mean, seriously.
No.
What happened?
It's all in the name of safety, Eric.
We got
in the name of safety.
Yes, that's what schools do.
That are running our county, and he listens to them too much, and he just doesn't want to step. He's afraid to step over the line. Oh my God, can't do this. It's against state statute. When it's not.
We'll get Steve on. He always comes on.
That'll disagree
we'll get
with
his
them.
perspective.
Go ahead.
No, we'll get Steve on to answer. We appreciate you bringing it up. We will. Steve comes on all the time and talks to us, so we'll find out what his decisions are on that. It's been my experience through the start of COVID, just as we've seen with doctors, just as we've seen with school officials and school boards. What does everybody do? They they sprint to the side of over safety, over cautiousness to go, oh my God, we got to do this because of health and because of lawsuits.
And we're sprinting in that capacity in this discussion, we're sprinting right to under education and right to quarantining kids that don't need to be quarantined. I think the latter is far worse, in my opinion, but what do I know?
It's just a money-making
guys,
machine.
What you also have to understand is the county councilmen, especially the ones who believe in liberty and freedom, and I'm one of them, who get tons and tons of emails from parents outside of my district because they know that I'm going to try to do something. And these things are sad. They're talking about these kids who get and dance, and they've practiced so hard to be good at dance or football, and then they got to be kept from the game or from their competition. and sit home a week and they're not sick and they're looking out the window. It's pathetic, and it's abusive is what that is. It's abusive.
Yeah.
Why aren't we doing what they do in Iowa? You know, if a kid gets sick and has COVID, they send him home until he's not sick no more. They don't do contact tracing. They don't do quarantines. You don't need to do quarantines. The death rate is like, you don't know when in St. Charles County under the age of 10 died from, no, in the state of Missouri died from COVID. In St. Charles County, no one under the age of 30 died from COVID. So what the hell are we doing? People die from the flu, from ammonia. I mean,
So
this is,
you're right.
I mean,
You're-
the gig is up, man. The gig is up.
Yeah,
Come
you're
on.
you're right. So
You
here's
know?
here's the thing I love about Steve is he is not Sam Page. He seems amenable to all of this discussion. Are you guys taking him out for cocktails and saying, "Hey, you can't do this, man"? And then have you had any discussions with him and say, "Yeah, you're right. This is getting out of control"? What are some of the back room discussions you might be having with the executive?
Well, I'm different. I get accused of being a bulldog and just pushing my way through, and I try not to be that way, but I got little time to go have meetings and go have cocktails with people. So I just pretty much give them what my thoughts are and try to produce the facts with the laws. I was sending our county council all this stuff through this whole COVID thing. It might have been worse in our county if I wasn't constantly on them about stuff. And so I would just sway this. I would say that Steve's a good man. He loves our county and our country, but he just doesn't. He is afraid to step out of the box. You guys know and you're knower. You know and you're knower what's right and what's wrong. You don't need an attorney to tell you that. You just know. And so I know that what they're doing is wrong. I don't give a damn what law says. If we followed all the rules and laws, we'd still be Britain. I mean, so you got to make decisions on what the right thing to do is, regardless if there's a law that says it's not right. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's lawsuits and lawyers and so forth. But at the point we're at now is tyranny.
Well, Joe, we appreciate you taking some time to join us this morning. Keep us posted on where we go from here, what happens. At the end of the day, as bad as you sounded off to being it is for kids in St. Charles County has still been the gold standard up to this point in regards to handling COVID, especially compared to other local counties like St. Louis County. So
That's correct. Yes, that's correct. Here's where we are, guys. We tabled the bill. It's sitting on the table. So I think Steve's going to try to make some changes because he doesn't want this to get voted on. It would not be good for him.
No.
So he's going to have to make changes. So he's going to have to go to the Attorney General, and that's where we left it. Go to the Attorney General and see what he's going to do if we don't follow these draconian rules. And so that's where we're at, guys. And so hopefully if everyone just keeps pushing like you guys, you're doing a great job, keep pushing for the right thing.
Well, Joe Brazel, St. Charles County Councilman, thanks for giving us some time this morning. Try to have a good day.
All right, thank you so much. I will.
And it's interesting that he brings up Eric Schmidt because Eric Schmidt is undefeated. I repeat, undefeated in challenges throughout the state when he files a lawsuit since COVID began. Undefeated. Undefeated. And, of course, at the beginning of the show, we told you he's also got a lawsuit ready and waiting to file as soon as Joe Biden, our president, actually puts forth the paperwork for his executive order on vaccine mandates. So there's a lot of lawsuits, as you said, Eric, being filed or getting ready to be filed all over the place. But in the midst of all of this, the numbers that we gave for our listeners and viewers who may not have joined us, COVID cases throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area, which includes St. Charles County, are dropping like a rock in every single category, which is great.
Yeah.
That's where we are right now.
That's
and
exactly
I'll tell you what,
last
St.
year.
Charles County is not mask mandating themselves, and they're not over-vaccinating themselves, and the numbers are dropping. And I think this is an opportunity for Steve to shake it off and just go, wait a minute, what was I thinking here? I'm out. We're not doing this to our kids. And if you can say those words out loud, I'm not doing this to our kids, it has a whole different meaning.
I get it, but I don't know if I see him doing that because
I do.
I think he's going to allow the school to make the decision, the school boards to make the decision.
Really?
No,
what he's doing so far.
We love Steve Ellman, but Steve Ellman has a way of doing things where I think he'll keep it the way it is.
I think so too.
Right out the storm.
Man, I don't know. These parents were kind of pissed off last night.
Yeah,
But on
and
both
guess
sides,
what?
on both sides.
And
Great
he doesn't-
point, Tabitha. Yes, both sides.
On both sides. Eric, it's hard for us. It's hard for me to even believe that people are fearful in the way they are and that they really, really do feel that they have to wear masks all the time and that their kids are in danger of losing their lives every day at school. But it is so true. There are people who really feel that way.
Just got a text from a listener and telling me that at the two schools, there's two schools. These are private schools, by the way, not public schools. They're starting at these specific schools to separate kids who are vaccinated and unvaccinated.
That's going on across the country.
Oh, boy.
In school.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Wow.
It's really wrong.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Does it remind you of something that you guys don't
My
like
wheel
when
is
I
spinning.
say
What?
when I say that I will never compare COVID and COVID measures to the Holocaust, but I will compare it to the months leading up to the Holocaust, because that's exactly what they did. They started separating people. They started asking for neighbors to tell on neighbors, and the government they were is tyrannical then, obviously, as they're being now. It is absolutely ridiculous.
I would rather be on the unvaccinated side. They party harder.
Do they? I was like, what are you talking about?
I'd rather, if you're going to separate me in school, I'll go into the unvaccinated room. They know how to party.
Oh, my gosh.
Put me over there.
It's just been a really, really, really big topic there we're talking about. And, of course, the inconsistencies with vaccines and vaccine mandates and where we go and the immunity and lack of immunity. And I did see the article that he was talking about with the New York Post. But then I also had a friend of mine who posted on Facebook this morning how doctors are now saying if you've had COVID and you get the vaccine, you're literally unstoppable. You're like a Marvel superhero.
But or the opposite of that, because a lot of the people
Or the opposite of that.
Well,
Go ahead,
people who are
Tabitha. What's
having-
the other side?
A lot of people that are having adverse reactions
Yes.
are people who've had COVID
Bingo.
and have a high level of antibodies, and then they vaccinate. Because guess what? Even the CDC says if you've had COVID, wait 90 days before you vaccinate, because you cannot overload your system with these antibodies, because that is too much of an immune response. You will force your body into a cytokine storm. And that is why people
See,
are
Vic?
having big problems.
There you go.
It's,
I know.
It's exactly you guys just did a story that was
Which
180
is why
degrees
I'm
from each
telling
other.
you, and those are the messages that we're getting. And you know what? Even in media, we'll look at each other and go, "We're getting stuff from all sides." It's
Where
hard
is
to
Elliot
follow,
Davis?
Which is
and when
why,
I say Elliot
oh my
Davis
God,
from this
Elliot
point
doesn't
farther,
cover this.
when I say this from this point further, it means
We're
the
going to make you
hold
put
on.
money in a jar from
When
now
is
on.
where when I say Elliot
Thank you,
Davis,
Tabitha.
I mean where are the investigative reporters?
Then you say
where are
investigative
the
reporters.
Geraldo Riveras that are not
That's what
afraid?
we're doing. What
where
do
are
you think
the,
we're here doing?
Where are the Geraldo Riveras that are not afraid to open the vault?
We
Maybe
do the
there's nothing
research, Eric,
inside.
here.
That's
Maybe
what
there is
you're
something
doing, Eric.
inside.
That's why we get up and come here every day. We're not just
I
here
Okay,
think
besides
you
us.
may show up.
Besides
but
us.
we're actually studying.
Shut up. Besides us, where
Eric watches 30 minutes of Fox News in the morning.
Yeah, baby.
where are the investigative guys to go? We did a deep dive into this. This is what we found.
We are doing the deep
Eric,
dives into this.
But if
it's
you
us.
do the deep here, but Eric's got a point. But here's the thing, Eric. If you do deep dives into it, you're going to find whatever you want. You're going to find
That is
what
true.
You're going to find what
It's
you're
like a-
looking for.
It's like Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory world all of a sudden.
And that's why you have to look at both sides. You really have to do a deep dive on both sides.
Well-
compare them and figure out which one is really more accurate.
Let's
than the
get
other.
this one out of the way. Masks are a ridiculous thing. We've done the deep dive in that thing. We have done the science behind it. We've done the infrared video scoping. We've done everything with the masking. We've done the pros and cons. It's a joke. So if you wear a mask in public or in your car, you are literally a fool. Because you've listened to a side of the story, that doesn't mean anything. So you can throw that one in the trash. We've done that deep dive.
Well, we have asked
We've
over
done
and
it.
over and over as media members for data regarding mask from Sam Page from St. Louis County Health Department. We haven't received any.
Well, we've done it. Well, we've
we
all
would
in this
love
room.
to get some, but what we are continued to be told by not only St. Louis County, by St. Charles County, and Governor Parson, just to be fair, they've all said masks save lives.
No, because they don't want to look like foolish people on camera.
But Eric, it doesn't matter what they want to look like or what you feel.
Well-
I'm telling you what they're saying publicly and what they're saying to the media, so the media runs with that because that's what they're saying.
Exactly.
Republicans and Democrats.
Right. But if we just believe that us four are the only people on the planet Earth and we did our own study, which we did, and we've talked to the cat from 3M who designs masks that says if you think you can stop one COVID particle with any mask, well, you're a fool.
There's a lot of people doing that. You know what? But you know what you have to do to find it? You have to find the podcast. You have to find the videos. You have to find the thing being exchanged on Messenger or Rumble, because guess what?
But that's dangerous as well, though.
Well, yes, but you have to do your own research. You can never listen to anyone. You have to do your own research. Correct. But the problem is that anyone who speaks out the truth, they get deleted and canceled. And
good. You mean I wouldn't have to be on Facebook anymore? Delete my ass.
So the
Hey,
truth
what
is
a great way to
hard
go to
find.
break. All right, we got to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to talk with Carl Baum, the proprietor of Cedar Lake Cellars Pyromania this Saturday. Major event. We're going to talk with Carl coming up right after this first break. We're also going to get into, did you guys see the big event that was going on, the Met Gala last night? Did you see what AOC was wearing?
Oh, yes.
No.
Oh, wait.
Come on. What?
Oh.
A flag?
Let's just say it had something to do with Chick-fil-A and tax the rich. And let's just say...
Oh, okay. It wasn't a flag.
Let's just say most of
Venezuela.
America wouldn't have even had an opportunity to go to the highfalutin event.
Yeah, I'm sure that went over well there.
And she was wearing a tax the rich
on her
dress.
ass,
At
too.
a $30,000 a plate dinner.
Okay, well, we just gave you the story.
Yeah,
Tabitha just blew
Sorry.
it. Yeah, we're going to get into that when that comes up as well. We'll talk more about Trenton Garvey, our local St. Louis celebrity who won Hell's Kitchen Young Guns last night. He joined us on the show last week. Maybe he'll call in today as well. We're efforting that as well. Eric, we'll let you talk about the Cardinals, or if you're going to get sucked in or not.
I know.
Half game out.
This always happens with the Cardinals, though. I'm used to it.
And oh my, there's a lot going on. We'll revisit Sam Page.
A crash reported at Highway K at Mexico Road, causing a jam for southbound Highway K drivers. We had problems westbound approaching the Blanchard Bridge earlier. Now traffic is crawling in that eastbound direction because of a crash eastbound I-70 before 5th Street. Delays back to Zumbel. A tap of the brakes westbound 370 approaching the Discovery Bridge. One lane is closed due to road work. 270 northbound, a crash near Tesson Ferry that has drivers backed up to I-55. At 6440 eastbound, slow from Frontenac through Richmond Heights. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose, and that's your Edge traffic.
Grab your coffee. The Morning Edge will be right back on 100.7 The Viper.
With round-the-clock protection at a great price, your Progressive policy works the way it's supposed to, unlike this unenthusiastic hype man.
Okay, everybody, let's make some noise. Put your hands up. Or not. It's your call. Here we go now. Here we go.
Switch to Progressive today.
It is electric in here.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Hi, Conrad Bellman at Bellman's Car Connection in St. Peters. Right now, we're paying top dollar for your pre-owned vehicle. At Bellman Car Connection, we'll take anything on trade, van, Jeep, truck. Spring into a quality pre-owned car, truck, Jeep, SUV, or van today. The inventory is always fresh, so hurry in today before someone else buys the one you want. Bellman's Car Connection in St. Peters at Highway 70 and 370, where you will never pay the max. Online at carnection.com.
Keep your resolution to quit cigarettes this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon. I Quit Vapor carries the salt nicotine systems, their latest juice flavors, and all of their pod systems. Let their staff explain why the salt nicotine system is so effective in helping you to quit cigarettes for good. It has a much smoother delivery and allows you to adjust the amount of nicotine intake. I Quit Vapor is still your one-stop shop for everything vapor. Keep your quit cigarette resolution this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon.
Puffball
bars and disposables now available.
The Troy Area Chamber of Commerce presents the 16th Annual Memories on Main Car Show in Troy. Saturday, August 7th, rain or shine. Main Street in Troy will come alive with great cars, music, food, and much more. Registration runs from 8 a.m. until noon and awards at 3 p.m. Dash Black for the first 200 registrations. For more information and registration, call 462-8769. That's 462-TROY. Visit TroyOnTheMove.com or like the Troy Chamber on Facebook. The 16th Annual Memories on Main Street Car Show in Troy. Saturday, August 7th. Be there.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
Hi, this is Eric Joya, sales manager at the all-new Travers Automotive and RV at I-70 and TR Hughes. I'm personally inviting you to come see our awesome selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Travers Automotive and RV has the largest inventory of lifted trucks and Jeep Wranglers in the market. Our new location also has RVs from Mesa Ridge and Open Range, and a huge selection of pre-owned as well. Come see me and my team at Travers Automotive and RV, I-70 at TR Hughes, TraversAutoandRV.com.
Get a grip on your finances with People's Bank and Trust's new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills with ease and all from the palm of your hand. Activate your phone today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Viper weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray with my Tuesday forecast. We are ahead of a cool front today, so it's a little more humid. It's a warm day again, 90 degrees under partly sunny skies. Tonight, periods of showers and thunderstorms with the front. This evening and overnight, 68 will do it for the low. On Wednesday, early morning showers and thunderstorms and clearing skies. It's cooler Wednesday, 82. Thursday, sunny and 85. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sunshine dominates with temperatures near 90. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
Whipper River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. You're listening to The Edge. We got your morning headlines. Start off with those St. Louis Cardinals. Be ready. Here they come. A half game out of first place for the second wild card. Don't look now. Are you jumping in or not? We'll see. Adam Wainwright last night will probably, he's solidified. He's probably going to finish in the top 5 for the Cy Young Award, as in the best pitcher in the National League. The 40-year-old, unbelievable. So he's going to be rocking and rolling the Cardinals, trying to get this job done as we go down. NFL Monday Night Football kicked off last night. The Raiders won in overtime. Washington University hasn't released any disciplinary action yet, but again, in another Fox 2 story we did last night, they say they condemn what a student did by taking down 3,000 flags. They say they're doing an investigation and will keep us posted in regards to what, if any, possible punishment the student may face for taking those. There was a smash and grab thieves hitting harder. They did in Glendale last night. They did it to a Glendale car dealer. We're seeing more of that. We talked a little bit about that. Demonstrators for both mask and mask for schools quarantining or county health department quarantining went at it at the county council meeting. Joe Brazel joined us. He said they've tabled it for now. We'll see where that goes. Who knows? Federal vaccine mandate story you can catch on fox2now.com. Over 3,700 Missouri businesses may face fines of $14,000 per violation if the federal mandate goes through once the executive paperwork is signed. Eric Schmidt, the Missouri Attorney General, says that if and when the paperwork is filed for President Biden's mandate, he is ready to file a lawsuit to stop that immediately. Weather today is going to be around 90 again. We remain above where we should be. If you were wondering, there was an 8-inch main break on Macklin Avenue, had water spilling into the streets. Dogs rescued from Hurricane Ida are still looking for homes in the St. Louis area. They're at several places throughout the area. That's a look at your morning headlines. I'm Vic Faust.
The Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. You're listening to The Edge with Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, and Tabitha Hassell. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2, rocking and rolling on this Tuesday morning, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio anywhere. The first hour went by fast. Special thanks to Joe Brazel for joining us. As we jump back into the show, we go right back to our guest line with Carl Baum, the proprietor of Cedar Lake Cellars. Carl, you guys have a major event this weekend. I've heard all about it. I have yet to come. Maybe this weekend is the weekend, but if you could, first of all, welcome to the Edge for the first time, and get everybody up to date on what's happening this weekend out at your place.
Well, thank you, and we got to get you out there. We might have a couple tickets for you. So this is our biggest event of the year. It's Pyromania. It's the 18th this Saturday. It's an all-day ticketed event with live music, bands all day, and then one spectacular pyro musical fireworks show in the evening that lasts about 2 hours. It's a family event. Bring the family, bring the kids. We still have some tickets left, but this is our largest event. We're excited, and we're preparing all week.
By the way, that's pyromaniastlouis.com, or excuse me, the best website to go to is pyromaniastlouis.com. So if you need any information on the tickets and what's going on from that standpoint.
I love it. So you go out there all the time. You have bands out there. You got weddings out there. Hell, the Viper has our Christmas party out there all the time. I can't imagine what this is like. How many people show up usually, or how many people did show up?
Well, we had 13,000 people last year, and from last year to this year,
Oh
by
my
the way,
God.
biggest event, right?
Carl, we're sorry to interrupt you. You said 13,000 people and you blew us away.
I was like 350, 400 in the park, whatever. That's crazy.
No big deal.
Yeah.
No, we had 8,000, 10,000, and 13,000 last year. And so what we did this year, we actually acquired some more property. We're well over 400 acres. And what's going to be really unique for this venue, for everything that we do going forward, VIP parking and preferred parking.
I will say this.
First one in is first one out. We've got exits at every parking lot, so no waiting in lines. We added the bottle house. We've added a lot of POS stations, so we're ready for the crowds.
Here's the deal. One of the things about that council meeting last night is all the wineries are very afraid of the traffic. You guys don't have that problem, really. It's just a one-way destination to you guys, isn't it?
You're right. You're absolutely right. We don't have a lot of the wineries around us. We've got 3 state roads surrounding our property, so we got from 40 or 70. You can get there very easily.
Carl, I'm trying to envision what this is. I'm assuming you have parking. Do you have shuttle buses that take people in? Because that's a big area.
We don't need them. We've got 8 parking lots that surround the property. We've got them all numbered. And you just get out of your car and you got a little walk to Pyromania or the winery. Remember, it's going to start at 10 o'clock in the morning with the winery. Pyromania gate opens and at 12 o'clock, and we added another gate. We've got the north gate, the south gate. So we're ready for the crowds.
And you have food tents or food trucks, or what's the setup for that?
Mega tent, bottle house for beer and bottles of wine and buckets of beer. We've got 20-something food trucks, and then we've got our mega tent, not counting Sugar Fire Barbecue at the Smokehouse, the Burger Shack, and all the other ancillary food outlets.
So you'll have mask mandates and vaccination mandates, and you'll have to segregate everybody that's not vaccinated, correct?
Absolutely not.
That's
Everybody's welcome.
That's what I
come
thought.
as you want.
Carl, I'm glad you got Eric's humor because sometimes people don't. And I was just like, okay. And by the way, this isn't just a 2-hour fireworks display, which begins at 7:30, by the way. The event and the days start early. If you could remind people when it starts and what people can do actually during the day, because I saw that it is family friendly as well.
It is. We've got a family friendly area over in our festival field. We've got games. We've got we're bringing out our amazing Baron, who is our Clydesdale. A lot of interaction. It's an all-day festival, ending with really a surprise. A surprise in the evening. A little dedication is going to start out with before the fireworks show. We have someone very special in St. Louis that's going to sing the national anthem. and we've got some other surprises for that. But it's a day of 3 amazing bands and just a lot of fun.
Who are the bands? Got to know.
I knew you're gonna ask me that.
You want me to look it up really quick? Yeah, I'm trying to. Carl, we didn't bring you on. Hold on, Eric. I'll get it.
Go ahead. Get it.
It sounds like such a
That's
neat
an important
event.
thing to me. That is.
Well, yeah, I've never been to anything like that before. Back when I lived in Chicago, we had Chicago Fest. It kind of reminds me of something like that.
Isn't it weird? All these events that are coming out this way. This is cool, and this is a great venue out there. It really is.
You know, I grew up out here. Thank you so much. I grew up out here, bought it for myself, 70 acres. We're over 400 acres. The people that come out and enjoy our California wines, our Missouri wines, we have mixed drinks, we've got beer, we've got music. I'm just so excited about the place in general, Cedar Lake Cellars, but this Pyromania has really been a blast.
You need a Def Leppard tribute band. I know one.
There's a band called PRL.
Go ahead,
them out there.
I heard they're amazing.
They suck. Anyway, go ahead.
Hey, Carl, how many years have you been doing this now? Because you were giving us some totals of the amount of people that have come out in previous years.
Sure. We've been in business for 11 years, and we started Pyromania 4 years ago.
Who are the bands?
I'm looking.
You
go
got
figure.
this.
If my
You got
phone's.
this.
I'm trying.
You got this.
Is your phone dead?
It doesn't matter.
As soon as
Right,
I
I'm the only guy in this room that it matters to. I swear. I am one of those guys when I'm walking, like if you go down to Rib America or to the Taste of St. Louis. Everyone else is worried about the ribs. I'm worried about where the bands are and which ones are playing.
I'm worried about the parking. And like, if there's no VIP area, I'm not going.
Well, it's got something for everybody. It's got
Exactly.
wine. It's got beer. It's got environment. It's got friendship. It's got sunshine. It's got bands. We just don't know which ones they are. They're amazing, but we don't know which ones
And
they are.
I'm sure
we'll
they
find
are
it.
amazing.
But it's got fireworks.
It really sounds like so much fun. It really does.
It does.
The fireworks show is really second to none. People have gone to the VP fair, and they've told us. I mean, survey says it's neater and cooler than the VP fair. The grounds are manicured.
It's
the
2
lawn
hours.
is manicured where you can
What?
set up shop and.
Wait a minute.
You got to see it to believe
Okay,
it.
hold on.
Eric, it's a 2-hour show.
No,
correct?
that cannot be correct.
It is. Yeah, it's a 2-hour fireworks show.
That's unbelievable.
Isn't that crazy?
It is unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. So you go to the VP fair. It was what, 20 minutes, maybe, with the William Tell overture ending it. I mean, that was it. The reason that this might be better is because isn't it so close to you? It's like when you go to the VP fair, the barges are like 700, 800 yards
Right,
away.
right.
This is like right on top of you. Is that correct?
Well, 400 acres. That's a very large area.
Yeah.
We have, for safety reasons, there's a 1,000-foot drop zone, and our spectators are at the 1,001 feet. So you're up close and personal on this fireworks show.
Wow.
And I assume people go online and buy tickets. There's still tickets available.
Well, yeah, pyromaniastlouis.com. Pyromania.
PyromaniaStLouis.com,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Now, can you buy VIP tickets, or can you only buy general admission
We've got
tickets?
We've got a few left. They're $175 a ticket, all inclusive. VIP parking.
Oh my God.
You pull right up to the tent. You have your own exit when you leave. No lines. Catered food.
That's my
all
kind
you
of
can
This
eat,
is your
all you can
jam.
drink, and upfront seating.
You should just call
That's my
that
kind of ticket.
that's the Tabitha Hassell package right
That's
there. That
right.
is you. You need that.
I do. I
Chris,
agree.
you should fly your helicopter and land on Carl's property.
Well, we got a couple of those coming as well.
Look at you.
Well,
We've
there
been
you
there.
go.
Viper One's been there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
We've
You
landed
already
there a few
Not
times.
during a 2-hour fireworks display. You haven't.
Well, we wouldn't want to be on the ground. We'd have the ultimate seat.
Oh,
We'd
is
wanna
that,
be
is
in
that the way
air.
you look
As long
at
as you
it?
don't get hit by the fireworks.
Oh, I think we'll be okay, Tab. I think it'll all
This
work
is
All
out.
right, we got Rockology at 10 o'clock at the winery stage, and then we're going to have Revolution at 1 o'clock, and then my favorite, Trixie Delight from 4 to 7 on the Pyromania field.
Okay. Not bad at
So
all.
Rockology at 10, Revolution at 1, and Trixie Delight 4 to 7.
Okay.
Remember that the gates open at noon. Winery opens at 10 a.m. Gates open at noon. Fireworks show at 7:30 in the evening. And just come out, have some fun, hang out, bring your family, bring your friends. It's just a great event for everybody to enjoy.
And Carl was talking about Rockology there at 10 a.m. He also said Trixie Delight from 4 to 7 and one other live music group, Eric. That is Revolution at 1 p.m.
Right.
So That is the experience. Carl, we appreciate your time. We're going to give away some tickets as well to our listeners. We won't force you to stay on for that, but we'll stay in touch with you. And heck, maybe we'll get on out there this weekend now because, my, oh, my, what a fantastic event. We appreciate you taking some time to join us.
Very kind of you guys. Have an amazing day and hope to see you this weekend. Thank you.
All right, Carl Baum, the proprietor of Cedar Lake Cellars. We appreciate it. Once again, you can go to pyromaniastlouis.com to get tickets.
You don't even need to have an event like this to go have fun there. You can literally have someone say, hey, we're going to a wedding at Cedar Lake. You want to go? And the answer is yes, because it's that much fun. It really is. Have you ever been out there?
No.
Oh, my God.
I've never been there.
That is
I've
totally,
never even heard of
it is amazing. It is really, it is a great winery.
I've got 2 sets of tickets to give away. How do we want to do it? So that's
Great question. I'll
two
take
sets
one.
of 2. So it's a total. For listeners.
Whatever.
For listeners.
Are any of those VIP tickets? We're not
No.
giving those away to anyone.
No, they're not.
She's
VIP
that
tickets.
bougie. She's that
I'm just
bougie.
kidding.
She doesn't want the common tickets for the commoners.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't go if it wasn't VIP tickets.
Oh, my God. I was
That
kidding.
wouldn't
It was
be
a
fun
joke.
for me.
No, but that's true. It's so true. Do we just want
What do you want to do?
I don't know. We'll talk about it in our next break.
Yeah, let's do that.
At 9:25, and we'll come back. So you stay with us through that. We'll give away tickets at 9:25. 2 sets of 2 tickets when it comes to that situation. Hey, real quick, guys, before we get into some of the more serious topics that we do talk about, we got to talk about it now that we have our full group here. Trenton Garvey won Hell's Kitchen last night. Then he got engaged on national TV. And now he's going to be the head chef for Gordon Ramsay's 2.0 steakhouse in Vegas. And he joined us last week. And Chris, you're like, we called it. We knew he won. Because you could just kind of tell he had so much confidence in speaking to us last week.
I didn't even think about that. I do remember us going, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
this
we
is
knew. We
interesting.
knew.
He didn't seem depressed.
We
Let's
even
put
told
it
him,
that
we're
way.
like, you're going to Las Vegas, aren't you? We knew.
And what was interesting is he was really kind with us. And in the
Very
show
much
last
so.
night, his competitors hated him.
Well, yeah, because
He
they
did
lost.
say that. He did say that.
Well,
when
he was
about-
amazed what the vitriol behind the scenes was.
Because he dominated everybody. He was so good, and he's like a little Gordon. And he's serious about his craft. He wants top notch. He's very, very, very about details. And that's serious stuff, just like you'd have to be in any job.
And that's exactly why they didn't like him, because he was better than they were.
Oh,
and they knew
he
it.
won every contest. He blew everybody away. And Gordon Ramsay was literally like looking for things to try to like make it a show because the kid is so good. At 23 or 24 years of age, he's got all this ahead of him, which is fantastic.
Can I make,
From Union, Missouri,
yeah,
baby.
That's amazing. From Union, Missouri's representing.
with the finest cuisine in the country.
But that makes sense to me because, I have traveled all over. And I'm telling you what, believe it or not, the food in Missouri is better than so many other places. So many other places. People always tell me when I went out to California, to Palm Beach, the food there is not good. St. Louis food is 1,000 times better.
He's going to be bringing gourmet ravioli to Vegas.
Well, no, people know how to cook in St. Louis.
Yeah.
It is, to me,
Awesome.
I think the food here is better than anywhere.
It is awesome. Hey, by the way, once again, if you're a veteran, there's a company that's looking to hire 1 or 2 full-time jobs, and it's for oxygendesigns.com. They implement landscape and hardscape designs, custom fences, patios, decks, fire pits. They literally bring designs to life. We talked about them earlier because Tabitha said so many of these companies are promoting, oh, well, we'll do this, we'll do that, and they're really not doing it.
Right.
So you have to be careful. I mean, you really do. If you're looking for do you know somebody that needs a job, oxygendesigns.com, but it's Oxy, like O-X-Y, and Gene, G-E-N-E, Oxygen. I think that's the old French way of doing it, I think. Oxygen. Oxygendesigns.com. They also got part-time workers, too. So, I mean, we promote things, and we've had people call up before, and you want to be careful about what you promote. I do know those people.
I know, and me too. And that's why I looked it up during the break, and they have great reviews. They have
that's
really
the key.
good reviews. And that means a lot to me.
So, once again, oxygendesigns.com. Jamie Edgerton over there, they were calling it asking, begging, because they really want to help out veterans, especially after you see all the support that's going out for the family right now of the Schmidts. And by the way, guys, I did a story. I don't know if you guys saw it. I had a chance to catch up with Mark Schmidt on Friday. Did a fantastic story with him about the response
Yeah.
And the family's feelings, what they saw last week when they were transporting the body of Jared Schmitz from Lambert over to Bowie Funeral Home, just blown away. They said that words couldn't describe it. He couldn't come up with any words whatsoever. And we did a really good piece on Friday. And now all kinds of people are coming out trying to help. One of the St. Louis's top TikTokers now using his platform to generate money for the family and for the cause and for other veterans who have gone through, or families of military members who've lost their lives as well. You're seeing all kinds of things. Heck, I even had the Mizzou women's golf coach contact me and say, hey, can you get me in contact with the Schmitz? We want our team bag next year. We want to have Jared's name on it.
Yeah.
And travel around just for Mizzou golf. And I'm like, man, this stuff, everybody's really jumping on it. So
it's amazing that the procession from and there's another one coming up on Thursday down to JB, which might even be bigger.
That's exactly where I was going with that. They're hearing it could be because that route from Bowie to the Jefferson Barracks final resting place burial, that's straight down 270?
Yeah.
That's going to be that's all the way down 270. That could be quite the spectacle again. It could be. And the weather's going to be pretty nice again as well.
Yeah. And the fascinating thing and the wonderful thing is these warriors that have passed away, they go into a place where they become one. They get absorbed by, if you haven't been to Jefferson Barracks, you just got to go in the morning when the fog is coming up and the deer are running around. But Jared will go in there and he will become absorbed. It won't be like this massive statue to Jared. He will become absorbed by JB. And I just got chills just saying that.
Oh, yeah. My grandparents are there. My uncle is there. It's a beautiful place. And at any time, it's so neat to be able to go in there and stand. And you can see the deer. There's a lot of wildlife out there. It really is a beautiful, phenomenal place.
It is.
Okay. We have to get into this as well because we brought it up earlier. And we don't have to spend much time on it if we don't want to. AOC and several actors and musicians showed up at the Met Gala last night. Tabitha already said it cost $30,000 to get in. Everybody's hanging all over each other. No mask. No mask. AOC was not in a mask. Nobody else in a mask.
No one in a mask.
Nobody in a mask, but we're telling other people they should wear a mask even if you're vaccinated. No, I'm just saying. I'm reporting facts. Her dress was tax. It said "tax the rich" on it, and it had Chick-fil-A on it. Literally going after Chick-fil-A. She's at a Met Gala event in a Chick-fil-A dress with "tax the rich" on it that cost $30,000 to go to. Am I missing something?
Well, what you're missing, when I don't think you're actually missing it, is that it's so ironic that she's at this dinner where the people that she wants to tax are the people who are sitting down around her at the dinner. Because if you can afford to pay $30,000 to attend an event, then you're going to be in that higher tax bracket.
I would assume so.
I can't believe they didn't just toss her out on her behind.
What did you miss in that? Okay, let's
I don't
figure
think
this
you
out.
missed anything.
She's getting ripped online, but she was also getting praised online.
No, then we should figure out who praised her, and we'll tax them first. How about that?
There's a bigger story in there somewhere. It's like, personally, I don't give a damn where she goes. I don't care what dress she wears, and I don't care about AOC. She represents, maybe 200,000 people in New York somewhere. I don't give a damn about the girl. But the problem with it is, here's the bigger story, and you guys just touched on it. She can do whatever she wants. There is literally no kryptonite for anything she does. She can say the most outrageous, lewd, crappy things on the planet, and she feels like I'm an untouchable. I have people that will re-vote for me. I might even become a senator one day. And that's the story here.
Well, she's a hypocrite. You know why? Because guess what? Those people who pay $30,000 to attend that dinner, guess why they're there? Because that's a tax write-off.
But you understand
that's
something?
$30,000 they won't get taxed on because it went to this donation.
But here's the deal. With the $30,000 thing that you keep bringing up, AOC could become a millionaire. AOC could become a multimillionaire.
She's probably already a millionaire.
She could become that. But there's people that want that from her because they'll just justify it by saying this. We need her out there. We need her voice, and we need her to be rich and happy. And that's the fact of the matter. She is completely untouchable. There's nothing that she can say that's going to make her popularity wane. I always thought that these pop princesses were the worst musicians on the planet. What the hell do I know? They sell more albums than Led Zeppelin
well,
did.
the Bernie people, Eric, they will turn against her because they don't want anyone
that's not
to
true.
have $1 million.
They're one and the same.
No, because the Bernie people, what they want, they're people who don't want to work. They feel entitled. They want you to work, and they want to take your money. They will want her to distribute her money and not keep it for herself.
Wrong.
That's exactly
Wrong.
what they're all about.
The elite liberals have a very unique way, and I don't know how they do this or get away with it. They're the rich ones on the planet right now. The Republicans don't have the money anymore.
I'm talking about the Bernie supporters on the ground, not...
The Bernie supporters will never come after Bernie Sanders, who, by the way, is a multimillionaire himself. Do you think Bernie is going to go and just haphazardly give his cash away? And when Bill Gates does that, he's giving away billions of dollars, right? He still has multi-billions of dollars in his bank account. You don't have to worry about Bill. So the story that Vic brought up is she can be as outrageous and as confrontational and as lewd as she wants to be. It will never affect her. As a matter of fact, the only thing that might affect her is if she stops being that way. That's the only thing. If she ever speaks out about crime in New York City, that might be a troublesome thing. If she ever speaks out against socialism, she might have a problem.
She'll never speak out against
Well,
socialism.
there's mass protests going on right now against the vaccinations in New York City. I mean, huge. You go look it up online. It's major. And that's another interesting thing about the whole forced vaccinations that we talk about on the show and what's happening and once they go through, which is very, very, very interesting. Also another, we're going to wait. We'll talk about it after our break. We got to get into
I would like On to Edge to tell me why I'm wrong.
About
she's
what?
not. She liked that you said wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was a positive thing to you.
Okay, because I need to. I look down at this Facebook thing all the time. I need to know.
Don't be so sensitive.
I'm not I'm trying to learn. I'm literally not sensitive at all. I have thick skin. You guys can say anything you want, but if I'm wrong, I want to know why I'm wrong.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's not what she was saying. Yeah.
All right, we come back. We'll talk about the what's going on with our Secretary of State getting grilled by Congress members. Antony Blinken. Also, the day has come. Californians deciding whether they're going to recall Governor Gavin Newsom.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm really not.
Neither am I. I mean, I'm nervous losing money. I think you're right.
I win both ways. I'll explain that as well. We'll get into all of it. Coming up after this, we're also going to give away 2 sets of tickets to Pyromania at Cedar Lake Cellars this week. Pretty good value right there. We'll tell you how you can win when we come back right after this. You're listening to The Edge.
Good morning. Good morning, and a special good morning to you this morning.
Be informed.
Well, who is it?
The Edge Morning Show.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed is the only bed that effortlessly adjusts and responds to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. The new Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 Smart Bed is only $8.99, plus special financing. Ends Monday. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Here's a message for Quiver River Electric members. Vote now in your annual Board of Directors election through August 23rd. Members may vote online, by paper ballot, or at the annual meeting on August 26th. If you vote, you are automatically entered into a drawing for free electricity prizes. Learn more about the voting process, the bylaw proposition on the ballot, and board candidates at quiver.com or call 1-800-392-3709.
Hi, this is Conrad Bellman, Bellman's Car Connection in St. Peter's. Back to school time is here, and you can find just the right vehicle for your student at Bellman's Car Connection. Right now, we have a huge selection, and all of our vehicles go through a rigid 100-point safety and emissions inspection. Many of them still have remaining factory warranties. Bellman's Car Connection in St. Peter's at Highway 70 and 370, or you'll never pay the max. Online at carnection.com.
Okay, so if you're like me and still doing your back-to-school shopping, one word, Kohl's. Right now, they have the best deals on the brands my kids love. I got my son Converse sneakers for $60, 25% off Vans tees for my daughter, and 25% off Nike gear for both of them. Oh, but the best part? I got an extra 20% off and Kohl's Cash, too. So I may just have to go back and get a little something for myself. Flex styles, Vans, Converse, and Nike coupons do not apply. 20% offer ends August 29th. Some exclusions apply. See storecoles.com for details.
Are you a business owner looking for funding? Greenbox Capital is here to help by providing easy working capital loans in as little as 24 hours. Visit greenboxcapital.com/apply now to fill out a short form and get started today. With funding from $3,000 to $500,000, Greenbox Capital can help. Visit greenboxcapital.com/apply now to receive a special offer of 10% off cost of working capital. greenboxcapital.com/apply now and get business funding needed without stress from traditional lenders. greenboxcapital.com/apply now. Fast funding for small businesses.
Hey everyone, it's Brian Dawson with Brian Dawson Roofing and Construction. I'm here to remind you it's time for exterior work on your home, so call me. I deal and work with all insurance companies. I also do non-insurance work as well. I know it's your money and your castle. I want and will do what it takes to make you happy with whatever it is that you want done. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and if I don't do it, I know somebody who does. So call me, Brian Dawson.
At 636-465-9465 or visit BrianDawsonRoofing.com.
Parents, do you want your child's shoes to fit perfectly? Then you need to get your kids Skechers Stretch Fit shoes. Because Skechers Stretch Fit shoes are so comfortable and so stretchy, they easily slip on and fit almost like a sock. Your child is constantly moving and constantly growing, so they need a shoe that moves with them. And Skechers Stretch Fit's soft, stretchable material contours to their busy feet. It's a perfect fit. And not only do they fit like a dream, they perform like one too. Skechers Stretch Fit keeps your child's feet comfortable all day long. With Skechers' exclusive air-cooled memory foam and a breathable Stretch Fit knit, your child will be cool and comfy whether playing, studying, or just hanging out. Plus, you'll love just how durable they are. Stretch Fit is designed to take everything your child can throw at them, and if they get dirty, just pop them in the washing machine. It's that easy. Give your kids perfect comfort that adjusts to them with Skechers Stretch Fit shoes. Find them at a Skechers store near you, Skechers.com, or wherever kids' shoes are sold.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. You're listening to The Edge. Boy, oh boy, has it been the fastest 2 hours of Morning Talk Radio yet again today. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Tabitha Hassell, I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. We've also got guests in the studio. We'll talk to them in a second. Our good friend Rick Pogue, formerly of Arrowhead Building Supply, and Jake Kastner with JK Exteriors. We're going to talk to them in just a second. Okay, we're going to give away 2 sets of the tickets to Pyromania Saturday at Cedar Lake Cellars. Here's what you got. Can we take 2 phone calls at the same time?
If you want to.
Of course we can.
Here we go.
This will be interesting.
This is like NASA.
636-695-2915. The first 2 people to call, you win the tickets. There you go. Tabitha, thank you. Tabitha does a little bit of everything.
I'll man the phone line.
She'll go ahead and take that. Then we'll get you the promo code to get you your
She'll
text.
woman the text lines or the phone lines. You said she'll man the.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's a cisgen
I'm not
thing.
even. I know
okay?
what you're trying to do.
We'll take
I'm
this
not
one.
even going.
Good morning. Good morning. You won tickets.
No, Tabitha's trying to answer that.
Hold on, Tabitha, before you screw
Okay.
this all
All
up.
right. Tabitha.
Well, if you take that, we got to get
Tabitha.
I thought Tabitha was doing it. Anyway, we got to get their information. We'll give them back so we can give them their promo codes.
All right, you're on here. You won tickets. Who is this?
Mike Swan. How y'all doing today?
Good, Mike. Where are you calling from?
I'm on the highway at Wright City.
Fantastic. You ever been to Pyromania?
No, I live right by it, and I've heard of him, heard good things about the guy.
Yeah,
so, that'll be fun.
Do it. Have
all right,
fun.
hang on. We're going to get Tabitha. She'll get all your information. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
All right, are you taking the next one, or are we getting
we
to
have
it?
to. We have to make it
Okay.
fair. Good morning. Hello?
Somebody said, just say
Tabitha
hi.
just hung up on you.
Way to go,
so-
Tabitha.
She hung up on me.
No. There he is.
Who's this?
No, I don't know.
This is Mike Swan. I guess I was
Mike,
the first caller.
we got you.
All right,
we
all right.
saved you. She
Wow.
hung up on the other person.
The blind leading the blind. I love it.
This might be our worst segment of radio ever. And
There we go.
Not for me, it's not. I love it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
My name is Jeff.
Jeff, have you ever been to Pyromania?
I have not.
Okay, you're going to love it.
Where
We're ready.
are you calling from?
Warrenton.
Oh, you're right
Warrenton.
there.
All right.
You're right
It's
there.
in your back door. We're going to put you on hold, and Tabitha's going to try to get your information. If she hangs up on you, just call back.
If she
okay?
hits on you, hang up.
Hang
Because
on.
she'll do
Okay,
that.
I can do that.
All right, good.
Congratulations.
She's kind of a socialite of sorts.
Welcome back to the show. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Tabitha Hassell, Vic Faust. We already told you Rick Pogue's here and Jake Kastner with JK Exteriors. Eric, you brought your guest in today, my friend. It's good to have some more people in studio.
Rick is a friend. He's the family.
Well, Rick's
He's the
part of the
fam-
family.
Well,
Rick's always been a part of the
I mean,
family.
he's got
Thank you.
his,
I appreciate that.
He's got his hand in a
So,
lot
Rick,
of stuff.
who did you bring in studio today?
I brought, well, it's so weird to hear you say former owner of Arrowhead.
I was
it
just
still
thinking
hurts.
that. It's like former member of Van Halen.
Yeah,
Oh!
it still hurts. But I was the original. I was the
I
original,
understand.
like David Lee Roth was.
Yeah. Are you? Oh, so you're taking all the credit. I take it. Okay, that's cool.
Well, I can do that now.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I have a special guest today, Jake Kastner, owner of JK Exteriors. Met Jake. What did we meet? About
5-6 years ago.
Yeah, about it's been a while. So we became really, really close friends, and actually he grew into buying just a little bit from us the first year. To by year 3, he was our largest customer in St. Louis.
What?
So, Jake, what do you do, man? Tell us all, because you got a fascinating story.
Well, thanks for having me. Yeah, we did landscape construction up until 2015, and then I made the switch to the roofing, siding, window, gutter side at 2015, 2016. Met Rick, took me under his wing, showed me the ropes. Here we are today.
Yeah,
couldn't be
growing
more
very
proud.
fast.
Couldn't be more proud.
Talk about the firefighter aspect of what it is that you guys do, because that really caught my attention as well. There's a lot of people who are in construction and do a lot of things, but not everybody has that concept that you do right now.
So when I made the switch in 2015, a bunch of my buddies, I didn't want to take on full-time employees. Didn't want the overhead, the stress, the aggravation. So I had a bunch of buddies that were full-time firemen. Back out of high school, I left to the contracting world. They went to paramedic school and became firemen, police. So on their off days, they would come and sell and inspect and work for me. And it just grew into a large family of first responders, healthcare workers, police.
Yeah,
Those
now
are
it's
most
part
of
of
my.
his business model. He's got his wraps on his trucks, have the American flag, and
Nice.
and
It's a lot
supporting
of
the
fun.
police. It's fantastic.
Because there's more than just doing good work. You have. I mean, he's living the St. Charles dream.
Yes.
He is living the St. Charles dream right now, man. And I'll tell you what, there's nothing. So you guys, are you guys hurting for any kind of help over there right now? Are you guys?
Great question. I was just going to ask him that.
Well, on like anybody else, trying to find good tradesmen is tough. But they definitely like our business model. We're good to our employees.
Yeah.
We don't push. Timelines are good. We're not always trying to flex and push projects to get done today. So yeah, no, good concept. Good group of guys.
Nice.
Yeah, and I can't stress enough how fast this company's growing. It's called, again, it's JK Exteriors. He lives over in St. Louis County, but he does a lot of work over in St. Charles County, and he's looking to do more work in Lincoln County and Warren County and such. And obviously the Viper is the place, the place to go to get that
Absolutely.
message out.
No, we're looking forward to the partnership.
Absolutely. Here's why you're growing. You do a good job.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
There's a
Pretty
lot of
simple.
roofing companies, but if you do a bad job, you will be known as that company that you don't want to go to. And you're one of those companies that people want to go to. Guess what? I just figured out your reason for you
And
because
I'll tell you,
you're good.
I've been, as with any contractor or any supplier, any business, you're going to have hiccups on your jobs. And I've been around when Jake's had a hiccup here and there, and he has stood behind every single one of them. And he goes out to, do you still go out to every job yourself?
We do. It's getting tough now. I mean, obviously with growth, but
Yeah.
if it's not myself, it's one of our full-time inspectors. They're on site every
But
day.
he's not the owner that hides, like the homeowner has a question or an issue. He doesn't hide like some owners do.
Yeah.
He's right in the middle of it to resolve it.
I know one company that you're talking. I don't know if you're talking about the same one, but there's a big boy that is really bad about that kind of stuff, man. And
Oh yeah. Well, there's some little guys that do that too.
yeah,
It's and unfortunately the little guys, they're not successful very long when you do that. You have to interact with your customers and meet their needs.
Well,
You
it
have
didn't
to.
take long for us to get somebody to compliment you in the company
I
on our
know, I
Facebook
saw
line
that.
as well. I mean, so people, your name is already out there right now. Secondly, Are you guys residential? Are you commercial? Or are you doing both?
So we're doing both. We're smaller on the commercial side, but we definitely tackle your flat roofs. So we do a lot of the shingle, siding, windows, and then your flat roof TPO, EPDMs.
So why'd you want to get into this? I mean, because obviously anybody that does a business, it becomes a labor of love. And to keep it going, you have to care about it enough, especially as Rick was just talking about, to actually care enough to speak with every person and to go out and do this.
Yeah, I have a love for when I don't know how to do anything else. So the construction side, it's the only thing I know how to do good. And I like turning old things into new. I like the renovation side of it. I like seeing it come together. I don't really chase new construction. I'll do it. But a lot of what we do is taking old things that need rehabbed and make them nice.
Are you from the St. Louis area, Jake?
Born and raised.
Yep.
I like that.
Moved to Florida for a stint and couldn't stand it and came back.
Came back.
Anybody can do new
Why
construction.
would you
For the
move
record,
back?
I would stay there.
Come
I would
on
stay
now.
there if I could, for the record.
It was overrated.
That's great.
I will never believe that.
It was.
You must have been in the wrong part of Florida.
I missed my Cardinals and my Blues, so I came home.
A lot of people are like that. Look, there's some places on this planet, no matter how dingy and dismal they are, once you leave, you always want to find your way back. And St. Louis is one of those places. It just
Midwesterners,
is.
it's their home. Midwesterners don't leave.
And I swear, Jake goes to every Blues game.
Yeah.
Every home game. I swear.
Yeah.
And most of the Cardinals games.
Yeah.
Here you go again from the Facebook line. JK, that is a good company! ! He's one of the best in Missouri. So people are already starting to get to know you if they hadn't known you already. Do you like this radio thing?
I do.
You
I'm
like-
a little
you all
nervous.
right?
This is my first. Got a face for radio.
So sometimes we just throw people in here. Do you get on right? Are you guys comfortable hanging out with us as we talk too?
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
You
I'm
good?
good.
Yeah, sure.
Thank
you.
Okay, $1,000 is a lot of money to me, but I have a feeling that I'm going to win $1,000 today.
I don't think so.
But there's
Thanks,
people who
Tabitha.
think I am, and there's people. Eric bet me about 7 months. It's been about 8 months.
It was
Think
a
about-
visceral reaction to your story 7 months ago.
Well, it was a visceral reaction, but you challenged me to a bet, and I said okay, and I said how much, and you said 1,000. I'm like okay, and then I was like, crap.
Okay, I'm,
I was like-
dying to know what.
Okay,
Go
the
ahead,
bet.
tell him.
The bet was after a national story that I read about Gavin Newsom, California's governor, whether he would finish his term in office or not. Now we actually got to a point where there's a recall in a vote in California today. Eric said, he's gone. How much you want to bet?
I did.
And I said, there's no way Gavin Newsom, he's too tied into California, will be leaving before his term's up. And here we
There's
are
nothing
today.
I want more today than Larry Elder to win that election. But I'm going to tell
And
you
I
right
knew you
now,
were gonna say that.
as long as there's mail-in voting
Right.
and there's
There
that
we
much
go.
fraud, it's not going to happen.
It's all about the cheating, isn't it? It all comes
it's
down to the
unfortunately,
cheating.
it is. It is.
And it's that is sad about our elections these days.
And Jake,
that they're
clearly,
not secure.
with politics and these sorts of issues, we're not asking you to get involved. You're just here.
I'm just listening.
Exactly. So I wanted to make sure that just because Jake is here does not mean that he's agreeing with somebody or disagreeing with
But
somebody
he
else.
does have an opinion. I
But
talked to him
yeah.
3 times today. I will say that.
It's fine.
You just won't tell us
when,
what it is.
When did that ever become a damn problem?
I'm
This is
very
the
right.
United States
Yeah,
of
but
a
when you-
damn America.
Well, it can be
When
a
you get
problem
into
when you're a business owner.
You're business owners. You know,
and you
you're-
service people on all
Yeah.
sides of the fence. You don't want to offend one over the other.
Okay.
Well, the only good news is the other side is scared to say anything right now because their guy is a disaster.
You know
Right.
that is
So there's
absolutely
nothing
Our lead
True.
list drops today.
Look, you don't even have to be like that, Rick. You seriously can do an analytical artificial intelligence breakdown of this clown that is the governor of California. Have you been out there lately?
No.
Oh, my.
Well, actually, I was there in October.
Okay.
But I was in the good part. I was in the red part up north.
Okay. Well, I was at the bad part in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And I like I was telling, there are some multi-billion-dollar office buildings that are completely graffitied over right now. That they didn't want that. That you go down to Venice Beach now, you can't even walk down Venice Beach. Malibu is even in jeopardy of that now. I'm telling you right now.
Unbelievable.
My thought process 7 months ago was, okay, I might be liberal, and if I have money, and I'm protecting what I want California to be, I might flip over to the other side and say, let's settle down here with all this liberalism for a second. Let's get this thing back to par at least. That was my thought process.
And
in
you're
this.
right, Eric, but Rick is also right. As long as we have mail-in voting, we have no control over elections.
Well, Larry Elder does check a box. He's black. So he gets to check a box for the.
Not
their side.
according to him, they're
Well,
not. No.
How about the protester throwing eggs at him with a monkey, a
Right.
gorilla mask on?
Yeah,
And
Imagine
punching.
if that were the other way around.
The security guy got punched 3 times
saw
by
that.
3 different
Do
people.
you think that
Nothing
anybody
happens.
That's why I can't be a security guy.
Do you
shot
think
that guy.
anybody in southern LA, in Compton, in the Riverview side over there, do you think any of that demographic is going to look at a white person throwing an egg at a black person and go, I can't have that? That's
Yeah, but are they? Will they?
Do you think
speak
it will,
up about it? Will they do?
I don't
anything?
know.
Well, we talked a little bit about this yesterday, Rick, when we were here. Here's one thing. Regardless of what it means, and if anything else happens from it, no charges were filed against the couple that were doing the acts.
Of course.
But at least the Los Angeles County Sheriff came out and said a hate crime was committed against Larry Elder. At least he said it publicly, and it ran on news outlets. At least he said it.
And it makes no difference because they will never prosecute it. Their prosecutor will never prosecute any such thing.
If the roles were reversed and that were a Democrat candidate, okay, a
They
black
would be.
Democrat,
They'd be on the no-fly list.
they would already be in jail like those poor saps from January 6th who are still in freaking jail, and with no official charges brought up that I know of. You can't do that. You can't put Americans in jail for 8 months like that and not give them due process. What's going on there?
So
exactly.
Newsom's camp just came out, and I don't know if this might be on Politico or something like that, but Newsom, he just did a Babe Ruth. He just pointed at the fence. He basically came out and said there is no scenario where Newsom won't be reelected. There's not one scenario that Governor
because
Newsom,
they know they cheated enough.
and that came from his own camp.
He knows. Remember when Biden was? He couldn't even function. They were honking horns at his
Exactly.
rallies. And we're going. This guy's done.
There were
it's over.
6 people sitting in a circle.
And we're like, why is he hiding in the basement? Because he knew he was going to win.
That's exactly.
He already
Wow. So he's calling for the win already. How that is? I mean, even just fake it. I mean, if just at least fake it. Say, you know what? The game still has to be played. We have no interest in calling this race before it's over. We respect the people. This guy is literally don't even worry about it. Go have
it is interesting that that's being said at 7:40 this morning, because it was the first bit of information the campaign team released this morning before people vote. So if you're already frustrated and you hear that, that's only going to antagonize you. It's certainly not going to win any voters over.
That's a good point. Well, that's a good point. That could be a strategy move too.
What?
The people who are going to vote for Elder might hear that and go, I'm sorry. There's a lot of stupid people in the electorate. There's a lot of them on both sides.
Yeah.
And some people are going to hear that and go and hear that on the news and go, well, it's over. I'm not going to go. I'm going to go.
And
do this
that's
instead.
true too. And that's all propaganda.
Sure.
They did that in 2016. A lot of propaganda.
Look what they did in Arizona.
Could you imagine
Yes.
Kurt Warner coming out and saying, "Yeah, the Super Bowl with the Patriots, I got this. You don't even need to watch. It's over."
Well, if he knew he was going to win, maybe if he knew.
They saw during the election that they were able to cheat. They were able to get away with it. And then even any evidence of cheating is swept under the rug.
Well, what
are they scared of?
We got about 8 minutes left before our final break. Tabitha, I know you wanted to hit the Afghanistan thing, but yesterday it was a major story national. Not every day that the Secretary of State for President Biden
communist.
is getting blasted, and I mean blasted by bipartisan committee. I mean, Republicans, Democrats telling Blinken he needs to resign over what happened in Afghanistan. And the one quote that they're still making it out like, well, we had to leave, which has never been the point. It's not that you had to leave. It's how.
It's the one thing Trump did that he won't reverse. You find that
Right.
interesting?
So exactly.
He turned everything else around, but this one,
Yes.
no. Trump did it. We have to do it.
It's like Biden comes in, XL pipeline. Trump was all for it. Biden's like, slash it. The wall, Trump's for it. Slash it. Raising tax or lowering taxes, Trump's for it. Slash it.
Yeah, but you know what?
The getting
it's
out of
gonna change.
Afghanistan. Wait a minute. We got to take a look at this one. I mean, come on.
Well,
What
we're
the-
still being told there's at least 100 Americans
And
stuck-
probably many
stuck,
more.
stranded, deserted
But guess what's going to happen,
in
Vic?
Afghanistan.
This is getting ready to change, and it's going to get so much worse. I made a big post about this morning.
Yeah.
Is
What's
the
that?
Taliban? They're having infighting now. They're
So
having
what?
infighting. One of the
What are they going to do? Cut each other's heads off?
well, yes, actually, they will cut each
They
other's
still
heads
have
off.
70 more thousand
This is
Taliban.
what's happened for centuries.
That's exactly what they'll do, because the way the Taliban works, they are made up of several factions of different terror groups They came together for one common purpose, to establish an Islamic caliphate. Well, now that they've done that, now they're fighting for power because one of the factions who did not get a seat on the table, they've joined ISIS. And now we have other groups who are taking sides with other sides. The Haqqani group, they want to be in power. And so now they're all going to start fighting each other. And that's going to really cause problems for any Americans that are left in the country.
You know what, Rick?
Does Enola Gay still work? Does that plane still fly?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, here's the deal. 2 years from now, we're not going to care about the Taliban at all. But here's why this
That's
was
not
such.
true.
I don't agree with that, Eric.
That is definitely not true.
All right. 2 years from now, in my opinion, we won't care about the Taliban. But what sucked about this whole thing, number one, 13 servicemen got killed when they didn't have to get killed. They could have used Bagram Air Force Base. They had a green zone that would have gotten nobody hurt. They did that. It's the whole way that they pulled out. They have 100. Some people are guessing there's closer to 1,000 Americans or American Afghan
There's a lot
citizens
of Americans left
that are there. Yeah. They didn't take care of that, and they don't even answer the question. They have 100,000 Afghanis that they don't. There's no way you can vet that. I'm sorry. You could have 100,000 FBI agents, and you still wouldn't be able to vet that.
It's impossible to vet.
You have now Afghans who have the measles in air bases all across the world right now, that we might be bringing into the United States. So the point of all of this is, it's not that me and you and anyone in this room, maybe we wanted to get out of Afghanistan. It's how they damn did it.
Well, we have to keep in mind, Eric, that people dismiss this, but we have some inept people in charge of this country right now.
Yes,
this
we
cabinet
do.
is freaking
True
clueless.
Story.
You know, these are morons. These are people with doctorates with useless degrees, and they have no clue, no experience, nothing.
Right.
Donald Trump at least knew how to talk to these people. He understood that all they understand is strength and fear. That's all they understand.
Exactly.
He used that in his negotiations.
Yeah.
These guys don't do that at all. They want to appease.
Yeah.
I heard they're going to give them money now.
They are $64 million.
You know, what the hell's wrong with us?
The United States pledged $64 million yesterday.
Jake, you're standing here. Are you good with everything? You still having
I'm
fun,
great
Matt?
with everything.
All right.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure.
It's a lot to
He's
take
really
in.
biting his tongue.
It
I see it
is.
from here.
Because you have 4 people who like to talk over here as well. And then I just look over, got Big Jake standing next to me.
and jump in.
Let me
anytime.
ask you to prognosticate, Rick.
Yeah.
What happens in the midterms? That's the only thing I keep looking at right now. You have football stadiums out there, like Facebook is saying F Biden. I mean, 70,000 people in a community in unison, and not just in one community, across the entire scope, in college stadiums, F Biden. Is this a permeation of what's to come, or is this just something?
No, I think it is. I think we're going to see normally in an off-election year, a presidential off-election year, so the 2 years following, the other party wins almost every time. We've seen a couple landslides over the years. The Newt Gingrich, and a couple years with the Republicans ago. But what I'm afraid we're going to see is a lot of Republicans win because of that. But I think we're going to see a lot of Republicans lose if they're able to stretch this COVID stuff out to the election and keep instilling fear in people. I think all this COVID, these variants and all that, yes, it's real. And again, if you want to get a vaccine, get a vaccine. I have no plans for it. Maybe I will someday.
How is COVID the perfect storm? It's literally something that
the timing was interesting, wasn't it?
Both sides of this thing can be right at the same time.
COVID is
it's
not
crazy.
But COVID, like Rick says, COVID's not going anywhere because we've already been given as media. All these variants are going to be continuing to come. So the playbook has been
And
set.
it'll never end. We have 2 new ones. It'll be 5 after that, 20 after that.
They've got to get to the next election for sure because they know their clock's going to get clean.
Yes.
So they've got to have unfettered mail-in votes. The only way to get that is to scare everybody.
Let me ask you this. Could this be the year of the primary challenge, like, say, Liz Cheney, who is absolutely...
Yes. Those people are in trouble.
And Adam Kinzinger, is that the other guy that is just a complete moron?
Well, if you're a Republican and you don't agree with what he's saying.
I looked at Liz Cheney, I said, that's a dead man walking. I mean, that's like the Green Mile. They're just going to walk him down there.
I wouldn't want to be an anti-Trump Republican in this next election.
And not even just that. How about an anti-Republican?
Yeah.
Just get rid of the word Trump. And Liz Cheney is doing the dirty work of Nancy Pelosi. How do you do that and keep your seat?
I agree, but keep in mind the Republican Party isn't much better than the Democrat Party at the core.
They are the same. They are the same.
Trump he still owns the Republican Party. I think he knows that. I think we're going to see a resurgence of him in the next few months, hopefully over the winter.
Mm-hmm.
He owns that party still. He still does.
There is no doubt in my mind, regardless of how anybody may feel about it, that Donald Trump will be running for president again.
I'd love to see it.
Is there a
He
way?
says we don't have,
I don't
his
know.
quote was, we don't have a choice.
If
That
not him,
was his-
DeSantis.
That was, I know, but he just said we don't have a choice.
And mark my words, the Republican Party will try to stop him again.
Okay, let me
They
ask you
will.
this.
And that's why I don't think he should run.
Well,
I think DeSantis should.
George W. Bush tried to kind of shut that whole thing, calling us all terrorists. That memorial speech he just, that is amazing. That George W. Bush now is calling out Trump Republicans as, yeah, you guys might be homegrown terrorists.
That's all personal with him because Trump humiliated his brother.
Yeah. So do you think that if Trump does run again, he needs a PR company to take care of his Twitter page and to take care of his maybe softening him upside?
He's got one, but
do you
it's still
think
Trump? He's going to do what he wants to do.
I think he has that.
The tiger doesn't change its stripes, Eric.
I know, but they
It doesn't,
but
and
some
you saw
tiger,
that.
but some tigers have a Sigmund and Roy coming out and being a trainer.
Yeah.
So
and
that's
they were
what he
trained
needs.
that way from babies, from
See-
baby tigers.
Yeah.
You don't retrain a wild tiger.
Okay. I just think
And
that
he is a wild tiger.
I just think that Trump's business acumen and his way he connects with the American people is fantastic. If he just took his damn thumbs off that Twitter account, which he doesn't even have anymore.
Well, I understand that. I'm from the camp. I don't care about his tweets.
I am too. I am too.
But it did hurt him. It absolutely did.
Yeah,
hurt
the
him.
soccer moms
Again,
don't like
there
that
are
very
some-
much.
There are some ill-informed people in the electorate.
Well, we got to take a quick break. It's already 9:53. You guys stay with us for. We're gonna say goodbye. You guys heading out or?
Oh yeah.
When we come back, we'll hear about how you're helping veterans. I didn't know you were helping veterans, but I'm sorry. We'll just take.
Yeah, you talk about his the
No.
sales.
We'll. All right, we'll come back. We'll take a break right now. We'll come back.
Yeah.
Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Tabitha Hassell, Rick Pogue, Jay Castor, and I'm Vic Faust with Fox 2. Back with more right after this.
The Edge Morning Show is coming right back.
Today, I'm taking it to the streets to give people the good news. Oh, excuse me. Hello. I'm Flo from Progressive. And did you know?
No, I'm just waiting for the bus.
So then you have time to hear about how with Home Quote Explorer, you can check if you're paying too much for home insurance.
Yeah, if I was interested in talking to you, which I'm not.
Okay, I'll do the talking and you just check if you can be saving, which is going to be pretty hard to do if you put on your headphones. Okay.
See if you're paying too much for home insurance with Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
It's Duckfest time again, a one-of-a-kind celebration of all things outdoors, focusing on waterfowl, hunting, and conservation. Plan to bring the family to enjoy food, drinks, duck calling contest, live music, a huge grand prize raffle, and lots of vendors. Gather the family and join in the fun. Saturday, October 2nd from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. at Lakeside 370 Park in St. Peters. For details, go to duckfestmo.org. Presented by Flynn Drilling and Cry Distributing. All proceeds go to Emmaus Homes and the JCs of St. Charles Charitable Foundation.
The legend lives on. Now 6 weekends at the St. Louis Renaissance Festival. Explore the village with Robin Hood and his crew. Lock your friends in the pit of misery and see birds of prey. Visit the Throne of Swords. Throw axes, then drink like a pirate at the new whiskey and rum tasting and have a brunch at the Joust with the King. Find unique handcrafted gifts at over 75 shops. There are 12 stages of exciting entertainment, including full contact armored jousting. September 18th through October 24th. Discount tickets at Costco, Menards, and STLRenfest.com.
Hi, this is Curtis Parks. I am the owner of Complete Auto Body and Repair. Family owned and operated since 1973. We've seen a lot of storms. We know what we're doing. We're here to help. Complete Auto Body and Repair has multiple locations in the St. Louis area that handles hail damage and storm damage. So if you had an issue or have an experience where you had to turn in a claim, please reach out to us. We'll handle all the red tape. We are Complete Auto Body and Repair. We handle everything from start to finish. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service!
Oh yeah, and service.
From runny noses to running injuries to school and sports physicals, the BJC Medical Group Convenient Care at Wentzville is ready to help. Located at 1520 Wentzville Parkway, the Convenient Care is open every day from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. Our BJC providers are on hand every day, including morning, evenings, and weekends, to care for all patients 2 and older. With low copays and walk-ins welcome, it's your best medicine when you need it. To learn more about the BJC Medical Group Convenient Care at Wentzville, visit bjc.org/Wentzville.
Keep
Keep your resolution to quit cigarettes this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon. I Quit Vapor carries the salt nicotine systems, their latest juice flavors, and all of their pod systems. Let their staff explain why the salt nicotine system is so effective in helping you to quit cigarettes for good. It has a much smoother delivery and allows you to adjust the amount of nicotine intake. I Quit Vapor is still your one-stop shop for everything vapor. Keep your quit cigarette resolution this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon. Puff bars and disposables now available.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special where all smart beds are on sale. Save 50% on the new Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half, whew, that feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys, plus no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you can pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We've only got a little bit of time left. We got Jake Kessler in studio from JK Exterior. Before we call it a show, we appreciate you coming in the studio and joining us today.
I appreciate you having me.
Anything else you wanted to touch upon before we get out of here today?
Well, Tabitha made reference to veterans as we went to the break. I think what she was referring to was the fact that Jake uses firefighters and he's got police officers as his salespeople.
Yeah,
which
doing
huge.
inspections.
Which is really unique and cool.
By day, they're poking holes in roofs. By night, they're patching them.
Hey, good for you.
They got him coming and going.
There's the slogan.
That
is
is
fantastic.
a great slogan sales pitch. We appreciate you taking some time with us. Come back into the studio here sometime.
Absolutely.
Once again, JK Exteriors, Rick said, Rick Pogue, of course, a former owner.
Do you miss it?
Let's talk about other companies.
Yeah.
I love Arrowhead.
In regards to everything that you're doing from a commercial standpoint, residential standpoint, when it comes to roofing.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for
Thanks,
coming in the
Jake.
studio today. Rick Pogue, our good friend. Rick, good seeing you, big man.
Good seeing you guys. Hey, call me
haven't
anytime. My opinion, if it just builds up and I talk to myself in the mirror, nobody else will listen. So
We'll listen.
just give me a holler.
Call me up.
Eric Johnson, Chris, and I. Chris, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing
You've
good.
had a lot to manage here.
Yeah, and I was late today. Damn.
Tabitha Hassell, thanks for the phone.
Where is Tabitha?
Yeah.
Where is Tab?
Oh, she's walking around under the chairs. Hi, Tab. How you
I'm
doing?
Vic Faust with Fox 2. We'll see you tonight for Fox 2s at 5 and 9. Have an awesome day, and thanks again for the fast 2 hours.
Bye-bye.
Shanny's up next, and Dan Bongino is up for others. Have a great day.